At the time of engaging Four we were struggling to establish a sales function that actually aligned with our strategic goals. We met with Four on a number of occasions in the lead up to getting them to deliver a piece of work so we could establish a relationship that gave us as an organisation confidence in the ability of Four to deliver and meet our needs, and also enabling Four to get a good feel for what our business and strategic platforms were going to be moving forward. Four Group sat with our executive leadership team and interviewed each of the separate heads of departments to work out what our key drivers were and where we saw the needs for the restructure of our sales function and how to actually make it fit for our strategic intent. What that looked like was obviously a number of interactions with Four Group, and then they came back to us and presented us with a strategic view. We looked at determining roles as to what we actually needed to make this team successful and actually hit all of our sales targets that we were missing quite significantly, and we didn't actually know why. We then had a benchmarking exercise undertaken, which let us know where we sat within the market and in our particular niche market, how we could attract the right caliber of individual. That then led to a shortlist being presented to myself and our EGM, and we had a full explanation at the time and discussion pre-interviews with one of the team from Four who essentially sat down and had already interviewed, benchmarked, and in essence had enough knowledge of this particular, or sorry, the individuals that were presented and their experience in the marketplace, what their reputations were like, how they thought, how they like to be managed, all the stuff that generally you go through during the first interview or initial telephone screening. This was provided to us because being as time poor as we were at the time, as we were restructuring the whole organisation, but our sales function being our key focus point and not our area of expertise, we sort of deferred to Four Group for that particular level of expertise. What this did for us was enable us to interview the top three candidates. We then looked at how the rest of the organisation would work, from a sales perspective, how once we had selected our senior manager, we then went through what each of this person's direct reports should have as far as skill sets. Did our skill sets of our current employees meet what we were aiming to achieve? This review was also undertaken by Four Group on our behalf because of their expertise in this particular field. We then sat down and restructured our sales function to meet the needs of our strategic intent, and essentially couldn't have done it without the help of Four Group. So on a personal note, I have relied on Four for a number of things that go further than our organisational restructures, recruitment processes. I have personally taken advantage certain members in the team that can actually give me some mentoring from an HR perspective and how HR fits into the bigger picture and how to get return on investment, I guess, and how to sell that to senior leaders within the organisation up to CEO level. One of the best experiences I think we had was, as previously described, which was restructuring our entire sales function and actually hiring the right people from the top down and ensuring that we had clear directions in place. Our position descriptions actually met what our strategic intent was. We had clear KPIs. in place, and we were able to hit the ground running once we had right-sized our team.